Not seeing my videos in your subscription feed? Make sure you've clicked the little bell next to the subscribe button to be notified of all my newest uploads. Hey, what's up people? Pizzao here, and over the years I've had several people request that I do an up-close and personal look at the very first Friday the 13th box set that Paramount Pictures released back in 2004, which contained the first 8 Friday the 13th films, or the Paramount 8, as I like to call them, entitled Friday the 13th From Crystal Lake to Manhattan. Now, I've been doing this renovation of the man cave recently, and the other day I found myself messing around in the collection, and I found myself staring right at the Friday the 13th From Crystal Lake to Manhattan box set. So for the first time in God knows how long, I pulled that set off the shelf, took a look at it, and all these memories came back to me, and I decided to sit down and talk about this set, because this is a really a nostalgic set. It's long out of print. Again, it was the very first Friday the 13th box set that Paramount released, and I can vividly remember the hype surrounding this release, and I can remember the fallout that this release suffered shortly after it was released back in 2004. And the horror movie community back then was a bit different than it is now. There was no YouTube back then. So if you were a horror movie fan and you wanted to go online and talk to like-minded horror movie fans, you were probably a member of a message board from one or another popular horror movie website. And I was a member of several different message boards. I really only posted on primarily one or two. But I remember the hype surrounding this release. Everybody was super excited. Again, it was the very first time we were going to get all 8 Paramount movies in a DVD box set. There was supposed to be a separate disc just completely full of extras. Everybody was hyped. The thing came out. Everybody was then pissed off. Now, I didn't get this set until a couple of years after it was released. 2004, I was only year and a half or so out of college. So, didn't have a whole lot of money. And for me to buy a set like this, the closest place around where I could go to buy the stuff that Walmart didn't carry, I'm talking about your Anchor Bay, I'm talking about your box sets, things of that nature, was Sam Goody. Now, I don't even know if Sam Goody is around anymore. I don't even know if that retail chain even exists anymore. But I loved Sam Goody and I hated Sam Goody. I loved Sam Goody because it had those awesome releases. I hated Sam Goody because those releases were not cheap. Now, a box set like this back in the day, I don't remember exactly how much it was. However, bare minimum 35 to 40 bucks. I do recall the Nightmare on Elm Street DVD set going for upwards of 50 bucks at Sam Goody. So they definitely were not giving these things away. So by the time I did get my hands on this box set, I pretty much knew what to expect. And I have to say, I think a lot of the heat that this set got upon its initial release is kind of unwarranted. Now, I don't think this is a perfect box set. I don't think Friday the 13th has gotten a perfect box set. Of course, we got this. We got the Ultimate Edition set with the little mask inside. We got the Blu-ray set in the tin. I don't think any of them have been perfect sets. I don't think we've gotten a really good, complete Friday the 13th box set just yet. But let's go ahead and let's dive into the From Crystal Lake to Manhattan, the Ultimate Edition DVD collection. And right off the bat, I've always liked that design there on the cover. I like the mask. I like the image in the eyes. I like the fact that it's embossed. It's raised, the mask. So all the little holes here in the mask, you can feel them. The lettering here on Friday the 13th is also raised. I think the images there are just the eyes are really cool. You've got the image there of Jason standing at the edge of the pier about to dive in and go for a swim all by himself, which, as we know, doesn't work out very well for him. But I always thought this cover here was really nice. Nice design. There's the spine, also raised lettering there. You've got the credits right there. And here is the back of the box. And as you can see there on the blade, we've got quite a few extras to sink our teeth into on this release. Now, when you pull out the discs right off the bat, you can see why some people did not like this set. First off, we've got these little slim cases. And we've got 2 movies to a case. And we've got 2 movies to a disc. 2 movies to a case, I don't like. 2 movies to a single disc, I really do not like. So Paramount was definitely cutting some corners here insofar as the production of this set. Now again, it was selling for 35 or 40 bucks. I think they could have done a little bit better. Now, however, the cases they're slim, but they're pretty solid. These aren't really flimsy cases. Also keep in mind, this is the only Friday the 13th box set where the movies come in cases. The Ultimates collection set with the little mask inside, they came in like a book kind of housing, and each disc had its own individual sleeve, and you had to pull the disc out of the sleeve. The same thing with the Blu-ray set. You have the book kind of page housing, and each disc its own individual page. I really dislike that because when you pull the disc out of the sleeve, you're going to scratch it. When you put the disc back in the sleeve, you can scratch it. And of course, they're just not really well housed inside there, and they're going to come out, and it's just not a very good design. Here, at least, we got cases. They're slim cases, which I'm kind of okay with that because they're good quality cases. But again, 2 movies to a case and 2 movies to a disc. Nah. But here we have parts 1 and 2. And this is the theatrical version of Friday the 13th. This is not the unedited version, or the unrated version, I should say. No extras on either of these. There's the back. Of course, we have got the single lone disc there with both films on it. The sleeve here, the inside sleeve. Both of these are images from Friday the 13th, Part 2. Next up, we have got parts 3 and 4, the final chapter. There they are. There's the single disc, the reversible sleeve, both images from part 3 there. And what I think is interesting here on the back, and we do get a select cast and crew commentary for part 3. However, if you look at the back there on the synopsis, number 1 for part 3, it just says Friday the 13th. It doesn't say Friday the 13th, part 3. And when you read this synopsis, clearly whoever wrote this synopsis back here has never seen Friday the 13th, part 3. It reads as follows: an idyllic summer turns into a nightmare of unspeakable terror for yet another group of naive counselors. Ignoring Camp Crystal Lake's bloody legacy, one by one they fall victim to the maniacal Jason, who stalks them at every turn. Friday the 13th, part 3 will have you frozen in fear as Jason finds his way into your living room. So it doesn't really mention the fact that it's in 3D. Of course, the people in the film aren't counselors. And I guess it kind of takes place at Crystal Lake, but it's really Higgins Haven. Whoever wrote that has not seen the movie, but there is the back of the case. There is the front again. Here's parts 5 and 6. The back. We do have a commentary from director Tom McLaughlin on part 6. Nothing from part 5. Unfortunately, as far as extras are concerned. There is the disc with Roy there on the cover. Or on the disc, I should say. Here's the reversible sleeve, or the inside of the sleeve. Not really reversible, but both of these images are from part 6. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this this synopsis. And again, as we've seen with other box sets, whoever puts them together have no idea what even this series is about. Again, if I must remind you, I will. When you open the Blu-ray set in the tin, the very first image you see is of Willa Ford from the remake. Moving on, we have got parts 7 and 8 right here. Both of these have commentaries. There's the back. Part 7 has a commentary with Kane Hodder and director John Carl Buechler. Part 8 has a commentary with director Rob Hedden. Here we have the disc, the reverse of the sleeve. We've got an image from Part 7 and Part 8 on the reverse of the sleeve there. Part 7 and 8. And here we have the bonus Killer Extras disc. And now the contents of this bonus disc are pretty darn good, I have to say. The 8-part featurette, Friday the 13th Chronicles, is pretty informative. Interviews with cast, crew, writers, directors, Harry Manfredini, a lot of good information is on this this featurette, and this featurette is kind of lost in the shuffle, I think. I don't hear a lot of people really talking about it very much, but it is a really good making of featurette. This bonus disc is actually so good that they included it in the Blu-ray set. That disc is a DVD. It's the exact same disc, as a matter of fact, as this included in that Blu-ray set. So they were smart enough to sort of port that over to give us a little bit more content on that Blu-ray set. But the Friday the 13th Chronicles, the 8-part featurette, is pretty darn good. We've also got Secrets Galore, Behind the Gore, a 3-part featurette, Crystal Lake Victims Tell All, Tales from the Cutting Room, Friday Artifacts and Collectibles, and Scary Trailers. Again, there's the front. And that kind of looks like Jason from Jason X instead of from any of the other Paramount Friday the 13th films, but we won't mention that. And there again is the disc, and the sleeve here just has all the extras on it with an image of Jason from Part 7 there on the inside. So, yeah, that is the From Crystal Lake to Manhattan Ultimate Edition DVD collection of Friday the 13th. And again, it's not perfect, but we've yet to get a perfect Friday the 13th box set. Now, a perfect Friday the 13th box set for me would be something along the lines of what we got from Scream Factory for the Halloween box set. But, yeah, this is a nice little piece of nostalgia. I'm glad that I own this. And yeah, it brings back a lot of memories. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I think a lot of the ire that this set got when it was first released is kind of unwarranted, particularly when you look at some of the other box sets that we got subsequently from or for Friday the 13th. So yeah, nice little walk down memory lane. And for all you guys out there who requested that I take a look at this set, I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, please leave a like on the video. If you are not following me on social media, those links are in the description. They're also right here. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care. Peace. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.